Hey everybody, this is Mark with Apple Tech 128, and in this video we're going to be checking out some microphones from Phenyx. This is their PTU-51 kit. Not only does it include a lavalier microphone, but it also has a handheld and a headset microphone. All these are wireless and they come with a transmitter and a receiver, so you can get some wireless audio anywhere you go. I feel like the main purpose of these microphones is actually for on-stage live performances, but for the sake of testing, we are going to be using all of them in this video, and what you're hearing right now is the lavalier microphone going through the wireless pack, which is right here, and into the receiver that's connected to the wall. And I say that these are more meant for live on stage performances because you do have to have a power outlet for the receiver, and the cable is not that long either, so it's not really meant for like film making. It's okay for something like this where you are sitting down not really moving, because I have an outlet right over there which I am using to power everything, so it's working fairly well, and that's kind of why I feel like it's meant for that. So let's talk about each microphone individually. The lavalier and the headset both go into a wireless pack, and it has a mini XLR port on the top with a power button and an antenna. It runs off of 2 AA batteries, and there's really not much to it at all. No screen, no lights, nothing. There's a button on the top which will power it, turn it on. There's a light that will flash when you turn it on. When you turn it off, it doesn't do anything. And because there's not a single screen, there's no way to tell whether this is on or off. So what you have to do is actually go over to the receiver and look at whether it shows that it's connected or not. If the receiver's off, then you turn the receiver on, and then you'll be able to see whether your mic pack is on or off. It's a little frustrating at times when you're not sure whether it's on or not, and you have to go all the way back to your receiver, turn it on, test it, and see what's going on. So the lavalier itself is just very simple. It's got a very large pop filter on that, so it should help with a lot of the wind noises. The cable for me is a little bit short. I wish it was longer, because as you can see, the cable, this is as high as I can hold up the pack because the cable is actually quite short. The quality of the microphone is fairly decent. It's not the best that I've ever heard. It's a little lacking in detail and clarity, muffled at times, but that's why I said it's more meant for live on stage stuff, because nobody really cares how it sounds if you're on stage. So recording may not be the best way, but you can get an idea of how this sounds. And if you weren't yet convinced that this is for on-stage performances, we've got this, a headset microphone. So this is actually a headband that goes around the top of your head and then down. Most professional ones usually go around your neck, but this one goes on the top, so it's not the most comfortable, but it's just another way you can wear something like this. And like the lavalier, it does have a fairly short cable, so I can't really run it down my back and then to the pack in the front. And it's also a little bit weird with this cable, how it's positioned, but you can move the starting point of the cable with a little clip on the top. But for sound quality, it sounds exactly the same in my opinion as the lavalier, so you don't have to sacrifice quality, whether you're trying to decide between the lavalier or this. The microphone is easily articulatable. You can move it around really easily and get the right positioning, and it stays in place for the most part. It does use the same pack as the lavalier, so you don't have to worry about using a different transmitter, but the downside about that is that you cannot use the lavalier and this together. But if you do want to use 2 microphones, they got a solution for you. And this is your other option. It is the handheld microphone. And unlike the previous 2, this has this built-in transmitter, so you don't have to worry about connecting cables at all. It's completely wireless, and you can use this as well as one of the other previous microphones in conjunction with the receiver. So you can have up to 2 microphones going at once, which is pretty great. One thing I love about all 3 of these microphones and their transmitters is that there's absolutely no noise at all. Some previous ones I've checked out have a little bit of hiss in the background, but with this you can output over XLR, which is awesome, so you can send it right to a professional recorder which has great preamps, so you don't have to worry at all about having any background noise, hiss. They're all clear and clean audio channels. Yeah, the handheld microphone I feel is not the best. It's probably the worst out of all 3 of these. It's very muffled, a little bit rumbling and deep, and not super crisp and clear. But if you're looking for something handheld, it's a great option. And plus it's bundled with all these as well, so you can't really go wrong. This runs off of 2 AA batteries, and you can actually take off the top mic capsule, and I guess you can replace it. I'm not sure if they have other ones, but hey, if you break it, I guess you can replace it easily. This does have a power button, and it will show you whether it's on or off, unlike the previous one, which is awesome. And the only downside about that is that you may be able to turn it off fairly easily. The button's a little bit loose, so you can kind of accidentally turn it off if you're moving around a lot. So keep that in mind. So overall, I'm a huge fan of all these microphones. They sound great, they work great, and for the price, you get a lot for your money. I love the fact that on the receiver, you can output over XLR to a professional audio recorder like this, which is amazing. I've never seen anything like that in previous models. They also give you a large 3/8" connector, so you can output that to a speaker or even a Zoom like I have right here, which does have that type of port. And they even include a 1/4" adapter, so you can use that with any standard 3.5mm port. So you're not limited to just those two. They give you 3 different options, which is amazing. The receiver itself is actually quite nice. It has rubber on the edges, so it will protect it from getting damaged, scratches. If it's dropped, it has some protection. On the back, we have 2 different independent knobs for controlling volume. I like to keep them all the way up. That way I can send the signal as hot as possible to my recorder, and then I can keep the volume low and really eliminate any of the hiss at all, which is awesome. It also has 2 positionable antennas, and while they're a little bit hard to angle, you do get some pretty great range out of this, which is nice. So if you're on stage, you can move around, you don't have to worry about that. But overall, I'm a really huge fan of these microphones. I highly recommend them if you're doing some on stage stuff, and overall, they're just really great. If you want to check them out, I'll drop a link to it down below. If you like this video, leave it a like, and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. This is Mark with I Will Tech One Tweet, and I will see you in the next one.